Welcome you all to the session of Unbox S4 HANA upgrade from 1511 release to 1909. This session will be focusing on LOB sales. I'm Anup Das, working for SAP Product Success Co-Innovation and Content team. Joining with me, Chandrasekhar are part of SAP India SAP Supply Chain team. Next 70 minutes, I will be taking you through the Delta changes, innovation, and enhancement from SAP S4 HANA on-premise 1511 release to 1909 release. Quickly, a disclaimer. All right. Thank you for being an early adopter of our SAP S4 HANA solutions and for allowing us to enable your digital innovation. I'm happy to share that SAP has committed to support your SAP S4 HANA solution until 2040. While support for SAP S4 HANA solution is available until 2040, please be informed that the individual releases of SAP S4 HANA has a minimum 5-year mainstream maintenance cycle. It means that S4 HANA 1511 has a mainstream maintenance until end of 2020, and S4 HANA 1610 has a mainstream maintenance until end of 2021. SAP has made massive investments into SAP S4 HANA, and hence the solutions have rapidly evolved over the past few years. This webinar series is an attempt to enable you on the delta differences as well as key innovations between your source 1511, 1610 release and the present latest 1909 release. So as you know, in this webinar series, we have tried to cover key innovations in the area, including finance, procurement, sales and distribution, and manufacturing. So this session will be focusing on LOB sales. So what you see on the screen is the official product map of SAP S4 HANA suite, comprising different sections. All section areas all solution areas reflect the official SAP GTM terminology, which is further documented in our solution explorer. So you can, this is what we are trying to show is the SAP feature scope description. So what you see here in the dark gray, you can see all the solution areas included in the shipment scope and in the SAP S4 HANA Enterprise Management License. In the light gray area, you will find solution areas included in the shipment, or you can call it as add-ons, which will require separate license. In the white area, you will see the products or solutions outside the shipment scope, which can be integrated, but requires a separate individual project. Many of them can seamlessly integrate with available interfaces using like an API or best practices, so that the integration scope is supported out of the box. In sales, you can see sales performance management, subscription billing, and revenue management as in the light gray area. So these are the add-ons. Now coming to the dark area, you can see the order and contract management and Salesforce support comes part of the enterprise license. So let's, this is the overview of the Delta innovations. So this basically, the session is basically will be focusing on the enhancement innovations in the solution areas of sales contract management, order management, bill and invoice processing, claims and refund management, sales monitoring and analytics. In sales monitoring, we'll start with sales monitoring analytics. So here in basically that's where an internal sales representative will be daily logging in. So in sales monitoring and analytics, you can see new apps and CDS views to monitor KPIs in each subsequent sub-process levels like quotation, scheduling, agreements, sales order management, billing, returns and refund. Moving on to the next solution area, that is the sales contract management, apps for scheduling agreements, creation, monitor, and update of delivery schedules are part of the sales contract management. Next, the sales order management and processing. Here, you can see the new functionalities and enhancements in the existing app. Also, new app for inquiry, quotation, and manage sales order contracts with navigation to the or basically you can drill down to the subsequent documents. Moving on to the next solution area, sales master data management. We have managed customer materials, freight cost and price management are the new apps that we have delivered in sales master data management. Billing and invoicing, new sales billing documents, electronic payment, external billing, convergent billing, apps for creating credit memos and debit memos, mass processing are the apps that we have added in the latest releases. So I quickly touched upon all the individual releases 15.11 to 1909. So as the world is changing, the importance of mobile and latest technologies such as ML, RPA, and digital assistance is getting more importance. So SAP has also worked tremendously to adopt these technologies in order to cash process cycle. This sales order management and billing solution has also been made the front runner of digital economy. These days, customers you interact with your organization through EDIs, Ariba network, and e-commerce platforms. Thus, for your organization, it is mandated to move faster and fulfill the orders as fast as possible. So you need to boost your efficiency with the latest technologies. Considering the customer requirements, we have enabled SAP S/4HANA sales solution in the areas of embedded analysis, monitoring, and alerting. Our product vision includes embedded strategic and operational reporting, drill down capabilities in the real time in analytics actually, and real-time process monitoring and insights to action with state-of-art Fiori user interface. Each sales business objects have opened up for sales solution for integration, intelligent exceptional handling, and appealing user interfaces. External and internal data has been enabled in omni-channel billing. So basically, you will be able to create or merge billing line items. Then intelligent management of price and master data have improved price planning and optimization. So beginning of a day, an internal sales representative can use My Sales Overview app, which is more like a dashboard to search or create, modify, or view sales information. This improves reaction time and allows the user to act on the most important issues first. For example, like you have to act on open sales quotation, open sales orders, customer returns, or maybe customer, like you will have to look for a specific customer contact or block credit memo request, or say fulfillment issues which are there in a sales order, which are the quotations in pipeline. And probably you may also, he or she may have to also compare the incoming sales order of a month to previous year. So these, so this sales overview page itself will help he or she to take quick actions. And you can see, I'll go in detail to the sales overview in my next slide. So here we discussed in a very summary level in the previous slide. So I just wanted to quickly give you what is that this sales overview help you. So internal sales here, as I said earlier, it makes a faster business decision. So how that can be attained? So you can see over here, he can also display currency with the smart filter. Incoming sales order layout can be changed. Now he can filter for a selected period. So these, and you can see multiple graphical cards here. So discussing on the benefits here, basically the graphics and the graphs as well as the card help the user to easily identify and address emergencies actually. Here user can also navigate to other sales applications and close sales issues. User can also filter, create, modify, or view sales information from the Sales Monitoring Analytics app or My Sales Overview app. So moving on to the next innovation, in this, basically in the mobile world, as you know, like natural language processing is getting more importance, like using of Alexa, Google Voice Assistant, Siri, and other NLP methods. So basically here with SAP Copilot, internal sales representative can now use NLP or natural language processing to view necessary insights to track sales order. So if you see on the right side, the Copilot as a side pane with full integration to applications. So Copilot enables insights to action. So discussing on the benefits, it pushes the real-time figures as it has more seamless integration with the transactional process and business objects. So let's move to the next innovation. So here, moving here into the monitor and analysis, sales monitoring analysis, the most important part we have to explain here is on the provisioned. We have also provisioned whitelisted CDS views or core data services for cubes and queries for sales quotation, sales order deliveries, customer returns, and invoices. Now, with the CDS views, a technical person or maybe a developer can build custom personalized analytical reports with the aggregation or drill down capabilities based on the whitelisted cubes. You can also monitor KPIs with these analytical CDS views and OData for sales documents, which are like sales quotation, order, scheduling agreements, and customer return. So let's move on to the next innovation in the order management. That is the Track Sales Order app. So you must be already familiar with this app. Here, internal sales representative is enabled to monitor on the fulfillment status of the sales orders for the whole process chain, actually from an order to cash process perspective. So this will help to respond the customer and internal partners quickly. Basically here, this helps actually, this app helps to resolve issues basically instantly and drill down to and communicate with the customers and collaborate with the sales team, navigate to the sales order details, and basically this gives a visualization of the sales fulfillment status so that he can rightly drill down to the right document. For example, and in a sale order to cash cycle, he can selecting a sales order, he or she can drill down to the right delivery document and see the process flow, like where the sales order or sales cycle is. So moving to the benefits, actually, as I said already, the app pushes the real-time figures to the internal sales representative and integrate into collaboration tool, which is the Copilot. So as you basically, as you know, this approval workflow helps in provisioning of key sales order data and allowing for a quick decisions actually. So it allows or helps in easy navigating to the sales order document from the approval workflow. We can also include we have also include basically here what we have done is actually we also included the revised process to rework approval request. So in case if the workflow fails or it has to be acted on, reworked on, you will also get a revised process to rework on this approval request. Now user also receives workflow notifications during the approval workflow processing of sales orders. So discussing on the benefits, benefits include role-based sales process monitoring, faster data insights, and based on the workflow, you can also navigate to related business document. Like for example, from the workflow itself, you will be able to navigate to the corresponding sales order. Now, let's move to the next innovation, that is the approval status in sales document. Now you can see new approval status in the sales document. This allows building business workflows for sales document actually. So where it validates follow-up processing. So for example, like you have a subsequent document creation, and it basically the subsequent document is prohibited as long as the document is approved. So basically here, in case if the follow-up document or the subsequent document is not created, it prohibits the creation of or the approval of the document. Moving to the benefit, it helps in having good process control, immediate insights about documents which needed attention. It also helps in taking quick actions by providing navigation to related applications. Okay, moving to the next innovation, in sales order management, it is execute mass changes for sales order on a header level. So as a daily activity, the internal sales representative is enabled to work with a intuitive work list. Basically, he or she can execute mass changes by selecting multiple entries. Let's say he select multiple sales orders, and he or she can reject all the items, set delivery block, remove delivery block, set billing block, or remove billing block. So he or she can select or do mass changes at a header level of a sales order. So let's move to the next innovation, manage sales documents with customer expected price. With this app, an internal sales representative is provided with a work list, which shows all the sales document items in which there are the discrepancies between customer expected price and the net price. So the sales team is enabled to display customer contact information, accept customer price, discard customer price, reject the selected sales document item. So all this is allowed or enabled in this app. So sales representative or sales manager is allowed to organize these work lists by sorting, filtering, and grouping using the range of attributes. Now, sales team has the flexibility to set up the tolerance between the net price and the customer expected price also. So using this assigned access sequence, it is also possible to have or flexible to decide about the business parameters relevant for that particular tolerance. Now moving to the benefits, what this app helps is it enables the easy processing of the sales orders that have discrepancies between the expected price and the actual price. As always, it gives the flexibility to navigate related applications and to display the data of a sales document. So basically, the navigation and the drill down is possible from this app. So this helps to resolve the discrepancies efficiently. All right, so let's move to another innovation in sales order management, that is determine delivery blocks for down payment with billing plans. So this app will be able to set delivery blocks for sales order items which require down payment through billing plan. In case the sales team has assigned delivery blocks to billing plan type baseline milestone billing plan, the system blocks the deliveries on scheduling lines. So when you create a sales order using this billing type line, it blocks the sales order approval. So business value here is actually it brings the flexibility to decide whether to ship the goods before the down payment is paid or to wait until the payment is received from the customer. Okay, let's move to the innovation in master data management. So in master data management, the main innovation is the managed sales item proposal. So with this innovation, internal sales representative is provided with is equipped with actually store frequently ordered combinations of materials as sales item proposals, which will internally reduce the time needed to process a sales order. So, for example, a sales team can create or display or change the delete sales item proposals with this app, and also define filtering criteria and personalizations. So what benefits here we bring is actually the sales team will be having a simplified sales master data management. All right. So next innovation in master data management is managed customer materials. So similar to the previous innovation, we discussed customer materials app or managed customer materials app enables the company to maintain customer specific names for its own products. So here the application allows the internal sales representative to display the customer materials, search for a customer material using smart filters, and also create, copy, modify, delete customer materials. So it also helps to navigate between the customer materials. So this new functionality will be able to assign multiple customer materials on info records in a single material number. So the business value, as you know, this basically is to one customer material referring to a single material number can be achieved here. Now moving on to the next innovation in sales contract management. Managed sales scheduling agreement is the next innovation under sales contract management. So this app helps to address the business needs of component manufacturing or component manufacturing, automobile manufacturers actually, who aim to plan requirements and deliver the expected quantity of materials to buyers over a defined period. So basically here we are trying to, here with this you'll be able to create scheduling agreements, search for the scheduling agreement, navigate to the related apps against navigate to the related sales document from the scheduling agreement. So let's move to next the credit management. Even though it is LOB Finance, let me quickly take you through the innovations in SAP S/4HANA sales specific innovations in credit management. So with the credit optimization now, automated customer scoring can be achieved, rating and limits using credit rules engine, formula editor is also available, flexible credit checks of sales document, processing credit limit request in the structured way, using a credit case. Using credit case is possible. Blocked sales document management, basically using this documented credit decision can be also achieved. We can also store rating information from external credit information providers in the credit profile section on credit management. Moving to the basic credit management here, we can now manually enter the credit limit for new and existing customers. Risk class can be maintained against a business partner. Then credit check for sales orders can be achieved. Blocked orders via document credit decision can be achieved. So this, I'm not going in detail to the credit management. So these are the few highlights in the credit management area. Okay, so let's move to advanced ATP. Or so basically, it is very important for an organization to plan the stock. So when the stock is limited, is in limited quantity, organizations are able to prioritize customers. Organization need to prioritize the customers, commit an allocation quantity, and then honor that commitment as product becomes available. So this is something which will be achieved with the advanced ATP. So SAP S/4HANA Advanced ATP provides accurate and reliable order promise dates, considering the relevant stock in real time, while protecting company business priorities and profitability goals. So this ATP or Advanced ATP is an important integral part of order fulfillment process. SAP Advance available to promise in SAP S/4HANA offers multiple apps for setting it up. So as you see here, product availability check, backed order processing, product allocation, release for delivery are the few apps that is supporting advanced ATP or advanced available to promise. Now let's discuss on this strategy. So advanced availability check in SAP SAP determines which date and in which quantity a particular requirement, for example, sales order item can be fulfilled. The product availability check compares the requirement to existing documents, that is the previous orders created, or items that affect the quantity of the material that is available for delivery in a certain day. So when you create an order, it basically checks back the orders created and what is there as a quantity in the stock. So it checks the stock, sales orders, deliveries, purchase orders, and purchase. So primarily with the alternate ABC or alternative based confirmation helps in initially determine the best plan to confirm a newly created sales order requirement across the multiple plans. It also supports a time-phased check of availability of desired product for the required quantity at the requested location. Additionally, it checks for planned SO or sales order or stock transfer order, and also check for special stocks and batches. Let's move to the next slide. That is the next strategy. That is the new app called back order processing. Now you can perform back order processing to check material availability when the demand or supply situation in your order fulfillment process has changed. You want to you want to check if the previous calculated confirmations of sales orders or stock transport orders is still realistic or not. Like for example, in case if a sales order is cancelled, and then you need to free up that stock quantities, or important customer increases the requested quantity for a material, and they also like to consume stock which is currently confirmed by other sales order, or a planned supply is running late. So in these situations, the back order processing app will help you by basically reacting to the changed availability situation, and it helps to confirm quantities exceeding the available quantity. So this also results in availability check for overconfirmed materials failing or leaving you unable to release materials for delivery creation. So manage business. This helps basically to manage business priorities and protect your customer interest. App also ensures the supply assignment to the right orders. So this is basically attained based on the requirement segmentation and classification. So like win, gain, redistribute, fill, and lose strategies. So this app also has the filter and sort functionality for each segment. So app again, it is a Fiori-based UI. So you can easily monitor the results, and this also basically helps to this helps significantly to faster your availability check based on rather than the traditional rescheduling way, you will be able to easily identify the right stock with this backorder processing app. Okay, so moving to the next strategy, that is advanced planning, is the product allocation monitoring cockpit. So being able to deliver the required quantity of a material to a customer at a requested time demands precise planning and control mechanism. So there can be unpredictable situations such as breakdowns in the production order, production or increased demand. This basically lead to issues in order processing and unavoidable or where situations where so you can use product allocation to avoid critical situations and in demand and procurement by allocating these materials in limited supply. So for example, specific regions and customers for a specific time period, you can decide on the delivery of goods. So this also avoids situation of non-availability of stock. So for example, here you can also see that quantity of a material is in short supply is allocated for a single customer. So thereby you can also prevent from confirming subsequent sales order for the same materials from that customer or from other customers. This helps in managing the shortage situations. So here we need to protect key customers and products and avoid penalties. In certain cases, you may also end up with paying penalties. So that can be avoided with product allocation monitoring cockpit. So being part of this, this is also part of the advanced order promising, as I said. So we can use product allocation overview apps for analyzing and understanding the product allocation situation. And benefit it brings is actually this app helps to download and upload the assignment data in Excel format and a CSV format. Also, user can easily delete multiple assignments against the assignments like already assigned stock against the order can be deleted. Also, technical point of view, you can also leverage the extensibility for product allocation object and sequence with using the APIs. You can also use custom and additional standard fields as characteristics for STO or stock transfer orders. Now let's so this quick about product allocation and monitoring. So I'll just move to the next strategy, that is the release for delivery. So with this app, you can prioritize business requirement, due business documents, like for example, sales order, stock transfers containing stock orders, and basically helping to maintain or containing this material. So basically, in case you can also prioritize this business documents containing material documents with limited availability and full and order fulfillment responsibility to which it is to be assigned. So this allows to view the material availability situation of materials for which you are responsible, as well as potential financial impact of being unable to fulfill the order requirements. So basically, the combination of these factors helps to decide how to distribute material quantities between order requirements before you release the business document for subsequent logical processes. So it visualize the constraints imposed for delivering groups and visualize the time zone of delivering plan. Interactive changes of sales order basically helps to confirm amounts of confirming the amounts before releasing the delivery, release the order to delivery, and also it get an impact simulation of the current ATP situation. Also, it allows to directly navigate to the right sales order. Okay, let's move to innovation in sales billing. All right, so convergence of customer billing data Microsoft Excel upload in SAP S4. Now, this is one of the innovation in one of the innovation in SAP billing management. So using this new Fury app, so manage billing document request, omni-channel convergent billing can be uploaded, can upload billing document request via Excel. So basically what is, we will discuss about omni-channel billing or convergent billing in the next slide. But quickly giving an overview of what is there in this Microsoft Excel upload in SAP S4HANA. It reduces administrative effort for managing billing document and requests from multiple sources. Also, it helps to create one legal document for all services, products, including the external data. So next innovation in sales billing management is innovation in perform split analysis. So here, using the split analysis, billing clerk can review why the system has split a billing document, compare two billing documents and view fields that have different. And moving to the next innovation, that is the enable periodic billing document creation. Document creation and billing release can be done through specific rule-based date selection. So that is the benefit of billing document creation app actually. So this enable also this basically this innovation of schedule billing creation and schedule billing release enables the user to set relative rules for billing. For example, billing dates up to last day of the month need to be worked on, or relative to job start date, like you will have to process a bills for a specific start date. So let me just quickly first explain what is this convergent billing. So it is the process of billing different types of SD documents together to create single customer invoice. So this this method is recommended anytime that you want to bill a customer for sales order, delivery, or a professional service simultaneously. So in effect, what is happening is you're converging multiple billing due list items into a single customer invoice. So that's the basically that is the main functionality of convergent billing. Convergent billing also enables to fill the due list items in this create billing documents app, and requests of containing billing data from other internal and external channels also can be clubbed together in the customer invoice. So external systems can supplement the billing data and they can be sent to the SAP S4HANA. So that's what the picture shows here. So from the external system, you are pushing in the billing request, and it can be with the conversion invoice, you can convert it to a single customer invoice. So what are the benefit it brings? So this with this this can be before that we have to understand how this can be achieved. So these items of converging criteria will can be defined, and the converging criteria will be determined which billing due list items are to be converged into a single invoice during billing. And you can also combine all deliveries that are based on the same sales quotation into a single customer invoice. This in turn will benefit the conversion. So basically, this will in turn benefit omni-channel billing process to reduce the amount of manual effort which is required for a error fee and merging of related billing data. All right, so let's move to the, I think that's about the convergent billing. So let's move to the manage billing document request app. So here, this you may be already aware of this manage billing document request app, which here you already have the filtering, sorting, and grouping of all the billing requests in the system using a work list. You can also create a billing document request by importing billing data from Microsoft Excel. So here the request can come from different source through billing APIs. We'll discuss about APIs in a later slide. But here you can get multiple billing requests from different sources, and you can create using this manage billing document request app. You can also reject billing document requests that are unsuitable for billing and delete billing document requests that are no longer needed. Now to talk on the benefits, you can import external billing data from integrated systems and other sources, reduce administrative effort for managing billing data and from multiple sources. Also, as mentioned earlier, it combines invoices for all your services, products, and solutions. So okay, now let's move to the sales return management. Okay, sales return management innovations. Here, accelerated return processing or return third-party products to suppliers. Here, that's the first innovation I wanted to focus on. So here, manage customer return app. This has this, that is the manage customer return app. You must be already using it. So this manage customer return app has been enhanced to support third-party products to suppliers, conduct inspections to the customer sites, how material remain in the customer site, how this return process has to be done. All those can be managed to this new managed through this enhanced tab of customer returns. So let's just discuss on advanced returns management, BOM materials and full products. That is the next innovation. So here in advanced return management supports service materials in case of service materials in the return order, in case of BOM materials in the returns order, and material inspection and for which material inspection is required. In case of full products in returns order and material inspection is required. It also provides ability to enter additional inspection fields in the returns order. So addition to these are the main functionalities that we have added in advanced returns management app. And addition to that, it also supports legal requirements concerning the refund of services related to physical. Okay, so that was about a summary of managed customer returns app. Now, little more detail to manage customer return app. You must be already knowing that the managed customer return map can monitor the status of customer using the customized work list. You can create, you can display and modify customer return. Also determine the refund activity such as credit memos or replacement material. And it is depicted in a visual process. So you will get a visual process flow of the customer return process. And you can also add attachments to the customer returns, also define follow-up activities to return process, include inspection documents in the process flow. It also enables the customer to ship the documents directly to the supplier through the new follow-up activity. And now coming to the business value, it offers simplified return order management processing. All right, so coming to the output management parameter determination or BRF plus. For existing customers of who are in ECC to moving to the S4HANA, we have asked them to, we have said that old output management will work, but so basically the output management is kept intact for because all the customizing tables are copied one-to-one. And in case of it is new customer who has moved from ECC to S4, they have already, you must be already knowing that about the new BRF plus, and documents started in the old output management will still be processed in the old output management configuration. But for new documents, we'll be using the new output management. So next innovation is integration, integration. So we have more slides to complete. So let me quickly take you through the names of important OData and SOP or SOAP APIs we have delivered. So OData API for customer material records is one of the API which we have delivered. Of course, sales quotation, create, update, delete, sales contract, create, update, delete, sales order, create, update, create and update, SOAP API and data OData APIs for billing document request, create, read, delete, and reject. So this is the app which I mentioned while we're discussing the billing document request app. So this API can be used for creating billing request. Then SOAP or OData API for billing documents, read, create, and cancel. Credit OData API for debit memo request creation, OData API for credit memo request. So these are the few APIs which we have enabled in the latest releases. Next innovation is in analytics and planning, sales performance plan and actual. So sales managers can now monitor the current business by comparing the planning data and the actual data. So here you can easily drill down into different sales dimensions and analyze the performance. Now this app also helps to navigate capabilities in order to improve the business process. So basically here you can click onto a specific order or specific delivery or specific billing document and then see what is that is happened and drill down to that specific document. So here business benefit that it brings is the sales performance insights and also easily analyze real situation and take actions to improve the sales performance. It also helps to integration with the collaboration tool, which is the Copilot. And basically, this app also is flexible to adapt to the user needs. Now, quickly going to the Copilot, we discussed about Copilot earlier, but next intelligent innovation is this create subsequent sales order using the NLP. As I said earlier, in the beginning of I just discussed about Copilot, but I wanted to just quickly take you through what are the how you can do it. So internal sales representative can now create sales order from a sales quotation using a Copilot. Now Copilot also helps to give the insights and suggestions, and a user can also decide on the course of action or quickly create the business object with the minimal input. Just like create sales order or create delivery against a sales order, you will be able to create a subsequent document against a sales order. So this the benefit here now is you can communicate to SAP using a NLP or via voice or text. Okay, so with all this innovation, I come to end of my session, and I quickly want to take you through the few apps we have under each role now. Like you must be already knowing about these roles, like billing clerk, order to cash process, order to cash process manager, return and refund clerk, internal sales representative, sales manager, settling clerk. So these are the apps under each roles. Okay, now let me quickly take you to the order to cash demo, quickly taking you to the manage sales order app. Now how you create a sales order. So this is the manage sales order app. Here you provide the order type, sales organization, distribution channel and division. You key in the sales order sold to party, the customer reference, sold to party, ship to party and customer reference, and you select the material. Select enter the quantity, and then you save it. So the order has been saved. 82966 has been saved. Now let's go to the track sales order app, which we discussed in the session. So here you provide the sales order number 82966. Now you search for that sales order. You can see the sales orders retrieved, and now you click on more links. You can see the display sales order. Then you can also see sales order fulfillment issues are there. Then you can resolve the sales order fulfillment issues. So it has got a block delivery block. Now you are going to single app, single material, where you are checking the stocks. Yeah, okay, the delivery block is removed because the stock is made available. Now moving on to the delivery issue, you select that delivery line, the material line item against the delivery and shipping, then create the delivery. Okay, so delivery is created. Now we are picking that delivery. So we are posting the post goods issue. So selecting the same sales document, we are clearing it because there is a billing block due to billing block. So because I have not selected the payment term, so I select the payment term. Now you are removing the billing block. Now by searching the sales document, you can fill this is a manage billing document app, and then you are going to create the billing against the manage billing document. You are going to create the billing document, selecting the F2 invoice type, and billing document is created. Let me hand over the session to my colleague Chandrasekhar R, who will be taking you through the service and transportation related innovations. Thank you.
Thank you, Anup, for the sales functionalities overview and taking us through. So now, thank you everyone for joining this call. I will take you through the service process. The new functionality is enabled from 1511 to 1909. So basically, the first thing is, as we had already seen or experienced the customer interaction center, that's how we had interacted with the customer. So far, for a service perspective, now with the digital world, digital economy coming in, so we are mostly on the where we have a larger network and basically on the social network. So what S/4HANA is bringing is the core transactions will be part of the service activities. Basically, there is a customer facing activity, there is a transaction which will happen based on the customer requirements, and then finally when it is being delivered for the customer as a service, as a product. So basically it will be between the engagement center from where we had been engaged through the central interaction center, which was the old format, and now we are moving into the digital platform. So that's where the service core is also very important. So I'll move on to my service core. What does it being performed on S/4HANA? So basically the service core is bringing you with a master as well as a transaction data capabilities on the S/4HANA side, and your customer facing things will be still being continue with your either Hybris or CRM, whatever is. So the front office activities and the back office activities. So the back office will be mostly supported through the S/4HANA service core based on your master data as well as for the transactional data. So that's how the system is being built and then brought in as new functionalities from 1511 to 1909. Yeah, so now we'll look at how the customer strategies are. Earlier we had ERP system, the CRM, which was there. So here we had outlined what can be the strategies for customers who are using the service processes. So based on the customer management and the service core option, which has been provided on the on-premise. So the transaction services management system, which is there. So we have three strategies, which is there, one on the on-premise cloud as well as the service hybrid service cloud. So moving on to the next. So that's how it looks like. So simplified service strategy across the front office and back office. So if you look at back office personally, there's S/4HANA core, which has got the customer management and the service core operations. When I say service core operations, it's nothing but your service notification, service order. And that's where the functionalities have been enabled on the S/4HANA, which was part of customer service, but now it is part of one system where we can interact within the same system for everything. If the customer can have a front office and back office integration as a core integration between these processes. Yeah. So moving on to the next slide. So now the solution capabilities, if you look at it, so we have a quotation process which has been enabled, which is nothing but a service as well as my materials which are clubbed as a solution quotation to the customer. This can have a bundled product, and this can be a one-time service or a recurring service for a customer, So based on which, once you have your solution quotation, you can have your subscription-based contract or your service contract, or you finalize a service order or a sales order. So that's how the solution for quotation process has been enabled on the service core. So that's what has been explained in this particular slide. I'll move on to the next slide, where it is slightly detailed for the quotation, starting from the master data. How do we bundle my structure for master data with the solution quotation? I can also have my quotation being exploded into the document, and I can also have a release for the quotation, the acceptance of the quotation, and the follow-on documents like service order or a service contract or a service sales order, and then subsequently the execution process where we'll have the delivery, the service acceptance, or the service execution along with the billing. Yeah, so that is what has been enabled in the new functionalities related to solution quotation management. Also, this OData services have been enabled if we want to interface with other systems. So we have built on the API layers solution quotation enabled to create, read, update, and also to delete with any external applications. So going in more details into the solution quotation API on the service process. So these are how this API design works. So the design details have been provided here along with the object types that are used at the product or at the contract or the sales line item or a service material, along with expenses if needs to be captured for your subscriptions. Yeah, moving on to next slide. We also have the intelligent solution which has been enabled for your ticketing. So what does it do and how does it work? So it is basically based on the emails that you receive. You will have historical data sets by converting the text descriptions into category proposals. So this will give you an idea of the type of complaints that you're receiving and to identify the tickets based on its attributes, and then try to resolve the business problems that have been issued and then prioritize them also. So based on this, earlier we used to segregate everything manually. Now it is at least segregated and provided to you, which will enable you to fastly automate, as well as you will have a better prioritization of the incoming tickets and to resolve customer issues at the earliest. Yeah. So now there's also customer engagement which has been enabled. So earlier we had CRM services as a functionality which was there and some part of customer services. Now in S4HANA it is also enabled as a core functionality in S4HANA. So we have a customer management service option which has been enabled, which allows you to have your install base management, your service contract, your service plans, your installation management, and it is highly integrated with the logistics functionalities. And along with, if you have integration with your cloud service, whether it is hybrid or S4HANA cloud as such. And we also have innovations enabled for these functionalities through Leonardo also. Yeah. Next slide, I move on. So what is the base? As you see this green bottom here, which is basically, as I mentioned earlier, you have all the master data is enabled in S4HANA. You will also have the transaction data, which is again part of this common service core, which is available in S4HANA. As for the new releases, which is from 1809 and 1909, which has been enabled. So there is no requirement for a middleware to interact between these two systems. So since it is all coming as part of one system, harmonized object models between CRM and S4HANA, which share the common database. Yeah, so this is a simplified overview. Now, how does it interact between my core and my field services team? Right, so the core is basically enabling the functionality for the service order processing. For the execution part, for the customer facing, it will still be on the Hybris or the service cloud, whatever it is, the system that you will be using. So there can be a digital handshake which will happen between the S4 core. The functionalities will be like whatever the maintenance orders or service orders which have been raised and the technical objects which are there, like your equipment or an install base or based on a service level agreement, the trigger has to go to your Hybris. So that interface have been established, and these will be available for the field service personnel to have this attended at the earliest, and the field's notifications will be available directly based on the service core functionality triggers, and this will allow them to do an on-site work and execution. Once the execution is done, the same is also confirmed in the digital core system for the service order as a process. In the service order, we'll get those confirmations and the actual cost postings which will happen. So this allows you to have a tight integration between SAP S/4HANA customer management systems and your Hybris service cloud or any other system which you have that interfaces has to be built. The functionality is now enabled to have a tight integration between the service core and the Hybris service cloud. So we also have service core nativity embedded into S/4HANA for logistics, as I mentioned earlier. Now, what should be my service strategy as a customer? So for the service strategy would be like the service core of S/4HANA to use all the back offices as we seen in the first slide, and the SAP Hybris Service Cloud for the front office, basically the customer facing or the operations which are being carried out for those confirmations. Delivery of the industry leading support end-to-end field services, which has got a tight integration of the, what we call as a digital handshake, ensuring that these activities performed are also getting updated on the backend system. So that's how the system is newly built to manage the customer management or the service management solution in S/4HANA. Yeah. So moving on. So that is on the service portfolio, the new innovations which has happened. Now I'll take you through the logistics execution. Now we are moving on to the supply chain for the execution part. So in this execution part, what we will go through is the delivery as well as the transportation management, which will be following slides. So basically, as we are aware, we also have in consumer industry where we have catch weight management, where we have parallel units available to measure the quantities or different units that we maintain. So that now that has been enabled on the procurement side as well as on the sales side for my during my goods movement as goods receipt or during the delivery issue part of it. So this functionality was available earlier, but that was a separate license or enablement which has to be done. Now this has been enabled as part of the core S/4HANA solution for 1809 and 1909. So in the logistics, we have few apps which have been enabled. In the outbound delivery, now it has been enabled with serial number management. We also have functionality enabled in Copilot to create deliveries and to pick and issue deliveries. We also have attachments which can be carried out in the outbound delivery app. And there are additional CDS views which will be enabled, which have been enabled, which you can use it for your reporting or for analytics. So we also have finally the IUD enablement, which is related to defense and which is also having interface with EWM. So we'll see these in detail. So in the Fiori application for pick outbound delivery, we have serial number enablement. So we can capture as here shown. So we'll capture the serial numbers along with the picked quantities. As a part of the Copilot scenarios, what we have, we can also have the monitoring of the sales order and allowing through the Copilot to create deliveries for the sales order. If there are any issues related to sales order or anything, we can always have a communication with the warehouse team so that we can have patch the material to the customer can be enabled through the new chat functionalities which are available in Copilot. Yeah. So moving on to the next slide. As I said, there are CDS views enabled at the delivery document item level for inbound deliveries, for return deliveries, for the header details, for the loading group, loading point. So these are the new CDS views which have been enabled. So associatedly, we also have additional text views also which have been enabled in the CDS so that you can have your analytics reporting on the text if you require. So UID enablement for the defense sector. So we had UII identifiers captured in ECC or in S4HANA on-prem earlier and also in EWM. Now we have enabled the functionality of capturing the 2D matrix also format for the UIDs used in defense, which is basically a serial number based one which is enabled, and this can be captured during your goods movement and integration with EWM also, whether it is inbound or outbound, and which is also available from a sales as well as a purchase or during a production process. So you will have the traceability of this UID in each of those process whenever it is handled till the execution process and subsequently also, which is available as part of the new functionalities enablement for the defense. So it has also got, in case of EWM, to integrate between the on-premise as well as the EWM. So this data is also captured on both sides of EWM, because if a customer is using EWM functionality, then the UID capture will also be enabled during the put away or the goods receipt processes. Yeah. So moving on to my transportation, since we had seen the delivery. So once we have the deliveries, we can also have the transportation. As far as the transportation management is concerned, it is now embedded transportation management, which has been enabled in S4HANA. We have seen the functionalities from 1609, 1709, 1809, and in 1909. So now here we see that it is all part of one system and one transport flow. Earlier we had ERP or the HANA in some cases where we had a different TM system where we have to integrate these two processes through interfaces. Now since it is all part of one system, whether it is on the purchase side, sales or stock transfer, the data and the movement of the data along with the process for goods receipt as well as the transportation management process on a freight unit or transportation operations or the charge basically can be carried out in one single system as part of S4HANA core. So which will have a less document and less process steps as a transaction for the user. So the enterprise management part functionalities have main parts for the transportation network, freight agreements you can have the charge management, you have separate inbound and outbound freight orders, booking management, the basic transportation planning based on your personalized work list objects that you can have, which will enable you to monitor specific to those work list that you had enabled as a variant. I'll show you in this demos for the work list also in transportation planning. The transportation execution without event management. So event management is basically to capture all those events. Here we have in the enterprise management we do not have event management. Freight settlement management, basic agency billing, direct tendering for the service agents, basically the carrier subcontracting process, and also to monitor or to handle dangerous goods, then the output management and the analytics enablement. So as far as the integration is concerned, your optimized transportation process integrations, which are also enabled, and your LOB suits for leveraging the decentral SAP transportation management for hub approach is also available, but this will be part of your decentral deployment, which will be there. So what are the functionalities enabled for a transportation management? We always know that how do I have my pallet handling, whether it will be mixed pallet bundling, building, or it will be a single, whether my components, whether it should be cartonized, mixed pallet. So this basically allows you to have your minimum number of pallets with your optimization and maximum number of truck utilization with the minimum number of trucks and thereby reducing your transportation cost. So basically it allows you to consolidate your products for multiple customers into a mixed pallet or determine physical positions, or whether to cartonize it for non-cartonized product or a mixed pallet where we can have considering the various constraints. So constraints enablement also has been provided based on a height, volume or weight constraints or based on your orientation constraints or the incompatibilities which based on your master that you maintain. So all this can be handled in your transportation management through your mixed pallet building. Moving on to the next. So how do I have my packaging units, whether through containers, if I'm loading, or through trailer units? How do I handle my packaging units? So my master data is retrieved based on the master data. It is all determined how to have my packing units and the essential document how to keep those items on packing. So this allows me to have a single document user interface for packing units and the new work list enablement for my packing units. So that functionality has also been provided. Additionally, we can also monitor through the chart and different functionalities which have been enabled through our usability and visibility of those individual activities that we perform for at each process step level or the sub process level. So dynamically displaying the warning number on the chart table, or to have a quick view of both the cell elements and the shape. And you can also zoom in for the best view of the data that is available, and then you can also have at which stage each of the processes are available. So the functionality will enable you for your attribute-based planning and based on your operating times, whether it is a loading or your unloading location, and also on your packing units. So we also have zero filtering charges where free of charge items will also be there. So the new invoicing status to identify these orders and zero amount. There is also requirements which came up basically related to exchange rates. So those functionalities have been enabled, and you can also have manually charge rate which will be not overwritten from a system point of view. We also have retained manual charges that we discussed earlier. So basically not to override the manual charges that have been entered. So that will remain from a system point of view. And also we have a planned weight, and we can also have a deficit weight rating which have been enabled, which holds a deficit weight and the deficit rate from a functionality perspective for the forwarding agent. So these are the new functionalities which have been enabled from a system point of view in embedded transportation management. The settlement process for the forwarding agent has been more simplified, as it is now within the part of one system. Earlier it was in two different systems where we had TM separately, transportation management separately, and your on-prem or your ECC system. So this is how this settlement has been enabled to have, instead of having it whatever the forwarding settlement things which are there, which can flow into your billing document, as well as settlement to your final transporter or the carrier of this particular shipment. We can also have a scenario building based on a planning profile or a scheduling settings and the optimizer settings which are supported. So which will support the conversion from the currencies also if there are multiple currencies which are being used. And there are a list of apps which have been enabled on the supply chain management side. So it is all role based, as you are aware. The role based apps have been listed here, which you can go through, and then you'll be using the new functionality which have been highlighted in green, and the new ones which have been released in 1909 have been updated. So this will give you the list of the new apps which have been enabled, as well as the apps which are available related to supply chain. Yeah, this is based on rule, as I mentioned. So now I'll move on to my demo. So the demo is basically will take you through the demo for the transportation planning part alone, which will give you an idea of. So here we have a tiles which are being enabled for this particular user. So now I'll take you through the transportation planning. So first, so I have my transportation planning cockpit. So in my cockpit, I have my variants created to handle the truck planning scenarios, and which is for US. So I select this particular variant, and for the freight unit, transportation unit, and freight order combination. So this is how your screen will look like. I now take this variant, and then this is what I am planning to do for today. So basically this will give me the list of orders which are available for my variant. So here on this side, what I have is the freight unit stages and the freight units which are available. These are the orders basically. On the right hand side, I have the freight orders which have been created. Now, since I'm doing the planning process, I select those orders. So while I select the orders, so I'm selecting the list of orders that I need to plan. So now this is my last order. So now what I try to do is I try to optimize for these orders. So I'm optimizing my resources for this particular list of orders for which I'm selected. Now I save. So system gives me 3 freight orders which have been created, out of which 90% is the maximum utilization capacity that I had planned for these orders. So I select this particular freight order, then I scroll down. So system, based on the optimizer, is trying to give me an optimized route which I can view in my map. So this is what I can also view. What is my carrier ranking? So it has proposed me 2 transporters, 2 carriers basically, and then I can send these details to my carrier. So I'm sending these details to my carrier. Once I click, I save. So here what the system has done is it has sent the details for this particular freight order to my carrier. So once I had sent the details, I need to plan for my deliveries. So what I try to create is I try to create delivery for this planned freight order. So here I've selected the freight order. So it has got linked to the originating sales orders. So system has created 6 deliveries which are available here. So this is what I plan to do. So basically what we saw as a demo is basically having my transportation planning cockpit. Based on the cockpit, I have my variants which have been enabled for my truck planning. And from a truck planning perspective till the freight order and then subsequent delivery creation is what I had shown as a demo. So this ends my demo. Okay, thank you then. So I'm done with my demo as well as presentation related to service process, the logistics execution, and